Let's have a look at your environments to see how they're affecting you, how they've shaped you, how they've made you who you are today. So we're going to use Bronfenbrenners' ecological systems theory. So it's made in the 70s, can't remember the exact date, but it's 5 steps we're going to look at. Now mind yourself during this because it could bring up some hard things for you, some difficult things. So turn off the video if you need to, just keep an eye on yourself. And step 1 is our microsystem. So your microsystem is your immediate world. Who do you live with? Who do you spend time with on a daily basis? So your partner, if you have one, parents, siblings, friends, colleagues, people you do hobbies with, and college mates, school mates, things like that. Now you might feel, when I ask you things, you might feel it in yourself sometimes. It might give you a bit of a heartbeat, or you feel it in your gut. So you can listen to what your body's telling you as well about these things sometimes. Or obviously, just have a good think about it. So the second part, we're moving outward now. So the first part was very much within our control and directly related to us. So this goes out in a circle pattern. So the second layer is our mesosystem, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, how your worlds interact. So let's say, do your parents like your friends? If you have a partner, do they like your parents, and vice versa? Do you get on with your partner's family? So how does different parts of your world interact? If you think of it through a childhood lens as well, let's say, how did your parents interact with your teachers? How did your parents view your friends? Things like that. So what bearing that has on us. And the third part is our exosystem. So this is things that can affect you indirectly. So this is moving further outside of our control now. We largely don't have control of this area. So the people we live with, let's say, if one of them's ill, how does that bear on us? Do you feel the weight of that sometimes? Do you live with that? If a friend has a drug problem, let's say, if a family member has a financial problem, so those things can have a heavy bearing on us indirectly. So it's to keep an eye on that, to have a think about that area of your life. And it can even be something like lack of services in your own area. If there's something that you need but you can't access it locally, and you're like a diagnosis, you might need something like that. Or even if you want to play football and there's no football club locally and you can't exercise that part of your brain, the footballer part of your brain, hobbies. And the next part 4, is our macro system. So this is my favorite one. Society and culture. We're often born with pre-installed rules, societal rules, cultural rules, expectations, unwritten rules. They're not real, but they're very much expected and followed by people. I'm often aware the word cult is in culture. That's just a silly thing I've noticed, but so things like men shouldn't be emotional, that women need to have kids, even though a lot of people don't want to have kids, which is perfectly fine. Or things like family come first. Family can't always come first. Sometimes other things must come first. I'm giving away my beliefs now, as you can see, but I've challenged a lot of my own societal rules. Things like attitude towards mental health in society. How does that affect you? And things around gender, relationships, appearance, sexuality. How has your culture and society had a bearing on you growing up and today? We sometimes have beliefs that we don't actually believe, but we believe them. And last but not least, our chrono system. So this is like time and changes over time, events that happened. So if your parents got divorced, if your parents had a particularly bad relationship, maybe they had a good relationship, it doesn't always have to be the negative side of things, but sometimes they're the things that send us the wrong way, or a way that we didn't want to go. It could be if you became a parent, if you lost somebody, if you went to university, college, if you had to change schools at an early age or move house, if you uprooted during a real developmental part of your life, how these things affected you. So could be things like a recession. If you lived through a recession, a lot of my Irish people watching would have lived through a recession, and you know that affects society around you and has a bearing on you. And that's the fifth one. So that's all five parts. I hope that's given you just a way of kind of thinking in a different perspective about yourself to see how you were shaped. Thanks very much.